Let's jump straight into what is up, man. UConn Huskies beat Duke in epic fashion to get to the Final Four. What an incredible game this was. Like I said, I was watching this game in a bar, some rural white town, suburban town. And that's a whole nother story. But I was out there, and the game was all over the place. There was screens, thankfully, all over this bar. Let me zoom myself out real quick because I gotta tell this story. So it was bar. This bar had, it was like a small bar, small local bar, but it luckily it had a bunch of screens all over the place. Pool tables, the whole bit. And, I'm watching this game. I got into it because I missed the first half of the game. Guilty as kept. I was out running around and doing errands and stuff. So we ended up at the bar, luckily, to start the second half of the game. And I'm looking at the second half of the game and I'm like, what in the blue? I'm livid. I'm like, how in the world is Duke literally? And listen, I'm not a naive or I don't know what kind of fan you want to say who just ignore facts. I'm not that kind of fan. Duke is definitely the superior team as far as talent is concerned. Keyword talent. When you get to again, when you talk about professional sports or you talk about collegiate sports, team sports, it always comes down to a team effort, how the team performs in critical situations. And talent isn't always the common denominator. We've seen that with past Kentucky teams, for crying out loud, in the past, or in past Duke teams. It doesn't always give you the common denominator as far as winning a championship. But anyway, this happened, and I was just like, "Yo, I'm startled by it." I'm gonna pull up the screen real quick here, back again. So I'm startled by it because I'm looking at the second half, right? So here's a slide here. This is a perfect, like how I looked at it. So I didn't even see the first half. I came in a little bit after. I think they had cut it down to 17, I think, or so, or 15. I can't remember what it was during the second half once I got into it. But as you can see on the slide here, and you guys here on audio, you can't see it, but on the slide it says UConn 25, Duke 44 at 3 minutes 24 seconds in the first quarter. Yes, it was 19-point Duke lead at one point. They were getting their asses handed to them. And as you can see at the bottom slide, that game ended at 73-72. But oh shit, my bad. Jumping the gun there, my bad. So yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna go through the slides here. Number 2 seed advances to Final Four. Terrence Reed Jr., man, nice little highlight for him there. He had 26 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. He was the offense primarily for the Huskies for the entire game. The Huskies could not fucking make a 3 to save their goddamn lives. I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but of course you're going to be down 19 points if you can't buy a bucket, namely a 3-point bucket, because that team, man, they're just jump shooting team. He's the only dominant force in the middle. He's the only dominant player that they have that gets his, does all his work in the paint. And as you can see, he did a lot of work on Duke. They didn't have nothing for him. I mean, as you can see, 26 points, 9 rebounds, 4 blocks. Now, this is a slide I wanted to pull up too that was very interesting, and it's going to get to the basis of my UConn segment here, and how UConn is consistently the underdogs to this day. No matter the success that this team has yearly now we going on decades now of this success. I have more slides. Don't worry. I'll get to them in a second. But we're getting to a point now where the underdog tagline, although I don't mind keeping the underdog tagline. Listen, it's an advantage. Let's be clear. It's an advantage to have the underdog tagline. Let's be very clear. You know what I'm saying? But I am not going to sit here and act like, the underdog tag is not getting a little disrespectful, because it is. It is getting a little disrespectful. Look at that. Let's get back to the slide here on topic. The slide says it. 14.93% of brackets had UConn advancing to the Final Four. Only 15%, barely 15%, to be clear. And this is the past champion from the past, not last season, but the other season. And this team made it to the Final Four before. So why in the world would UConn be such a grave underdog? Given all the success this team especially under Dan Hurley, all the success that this team has had. And yet, as you've seen in that slide right there, 15%, less than 15% chosen from all brackets across the nation, they were chosen to hit the Final Four. It's a little ridiculous, if you ask me. The disrespect is real. It's gotten to the point now. Yeah, we get it. Oh, Connecticut. Oh, where's Connecticut? Oh, I don't know where Connecticut is. Oh, I don't know what's in the Northeast. Oh, I don't know all the success. Stop it. Cut it out. UConn has been prominent for quite some time now. You know who the fuck we are. You know who the fuck the program is. Enough is enough. Why so much disrespect? I don't understand it. It's so annoying. It is so annoying. I got more. I'm going to actually play this clip from Jay Billis and how he summarized the game and how it came to its conclusion. I thought he said some really interesting things about it and how he summarized it. And even with Duke, he's a Dookie through and through, like one of the most famous Dookies. But he summarized it really well how the game went. Let me play this clip real quick for ya.
I have been around basketball a long time, and I can't tell you that I've seen anything like the ending of the Duke-UConn game in Washington, D.C. It was incredible. And we can talk and all we want to and dissect this play or that play and what a player should have done or what should have happened, 19-point lead, comeback, all this stuff. But one thing that all I can think about right now, I'd say one thing, all I can think about right now is what an extraordinary competitive event that was. And I do believe there is something about the heart of a champion, about championship DNA. And UConn showed it. Duke did too, but UConn showed it. And they never gave up. They not only came back from that 19-point deficit and made it a game and gave themselves a chance to win, but at the end of the game, after the missed free throw by Demery, you thought, okay, this is it. And they get a turnover, and Alex Karaban could have thrown up a panic shot, but instead he was calm and found Braylon Mullins for that step-in three.
Ice cold.
To basically win the game. I mean, I know there were 0.4 seconds left, but that was it.
Yep.
And I was around I was a graduate assistant when Leitner hit that shot against Kentucky in 1992. And this was the same kind of feeling.
Absolutely.
I don't remember seeing that kind of thing. And congrats to UConn. Talk about being worthy of winning. That was an incredible basketball game. You certainly feel for the loser of that game. You credit the winner, but extraordinary competition. And you don't see games like that very often, if ever.
You got it, Jay Billis. And that was from the horse's mouth, Mr. Duke himself, Jay Billis. Not Jay Williams, Jay Billis. I don't know. I keep getting them confused for some reason. But he said it best right there, man. It is definitely Christian Leitner-esque. This is going to go down as one of those types of shots. Usually you get like a shot when both teams are tied, you get a game-winning shot. It's rare that you get a shot in this stage of the tournament where the shot wins the game entirely. No ties. So he said a lot of stuff, man, that was true. I got more, man. Like I said, I got some more clips for you. Um Jay Billis said some stuff, but also I want to definitely bring up um a clip from describing Dan Hurley and his positioning and what he is attempting to be and where he is attempting to go. If Dan Hurley wins this, you know, Final Four, it'll be his third Final Four win in 4 years. It'll put him in an exclusive club of coaches that have won 3 championships. This is what Jay Williams said about Dan Hurley and the type of exclusive club that he will be entering if he's able to pull off this victory, this Final Four victory. Check it out.
I think he's really putting a chokehold on beating the greatest coach in the game of college basketball right now. And if he wins another championship, 3 and 4 years, which I'm not sure, dating back to the John Wooden era has been done before, he will put himself in the conversation with only 5 coaches ever to win 3 or more. And you're thinking about John Wooden, Coach K, Adolph Rupp, Roy Williams, and Bob Knight will be in that conversation. That's the kind of stratosphere that Dan Hurley is on the verge of entering. And it's Stephen A., one other really big point. I love the way he coaches. I would let my son, Zane David Williams, play for Dan Hurley. I think he's really putting a chokehold on beating the greatest coach in the game of college basketball.
I didn't hear that last part. Hold up.
If he wins another championship.
Whoa, damn. You heard the man. You heard what he said. He said he would let his own son play for Dan Hurley, and he's a dookie through and through. Give that man the Oscar clap. You gotta get that man an Oscar clap, yo. Yo, that's just speaking the truth, yo. You seeing some great shit happening right now in Stores, Connecticut. And no matter how much the nation or the national media and their fucking bias wants to ignore what's happening in Stores, Connecticut, it's undeniable what's happening in Stores because of all the fucking winning that keeps happening. The men, now the women, of course. I mean, we've done that. I mean, how many times? Let's pull up a slide on that, right? There's a bunch of slides to pull up, right? Because it's just this is what winners do. You know what I'm saying? This is what winners do. Hold on, let's pull up this slide. Most Final Four appearances since 2000. Remember, I was talking about decades of success. Well, this is what I'm talking about. 7 appearances of the Final Four. You got behind us, or on the same tier, you got North Carolina Tar Heels, and you got Michigan State. You know, Tom Izzo is always going to make it to the Final Four, but the motherfucker don't always seem to win it. Poor Tom, but he's a great coach. He's always making it there. And then behind us now is Duke, Kansas, Florida, and Kentucky, and then you got Villanova and UCLA at the bottom. But you see what this chart says, man. That's just success, bro. Listen, man, the numbers speak for themselves. Just like Dan Hurley said here in this clip right here. I'm going to read this quote right here for you, right over there for the audio so you guys can see, because you can't see the clips, of course. I think society has gotten soft in a lot of ways. When they asked him about society, he said, the real world is tough and cruel. He's right. So when everybody tried to talk about his coaching style, oh, he's so erratic. He's so tough on the kids. He's this, he's that. The kids love him, man. They'll run through a brick fucking wall for this guy. Yeah, hold up real quick before I forget. It is a big part of reference here. See, a lot of people don't know. Let me pull up this clip right here. This is another clip here. Bill Murray's son, Luke Murray, will become Boston College's next head coach. Luke Murray has been hiding on the coaching staff this whole time, getting all these accolades, and now he's ready to take a big position over at Boston College. And man, who would have thunk it? I didn't even know Bill Murray had a kid that was a coach on the coaching staff. I'm not surprised at all. I'm not surprised at all. Look at that. So Bill's happy. Now it's going to be like, how is Bill? I think Bill's going to have to split his time now between UConn games and between Boston College games. He's going to be real busy next season. But yeah, I had to throw that in there. Also, man, I can't, I would be remiss by not mentioning the meme worldwide right now, and that's Dan Hurley and his ice grill to the ref after the game was over, or after the game-winning shot. Check this out. This dude, look at this. Look at this. Yo, this dude is a savage. He's a savage. Yeah, man. Lots of UConn success. Man, the success is it's becoming, I don't even know what to say anymore, man. It's becoming a routine, man. We're getting used to all of this success here in Storrs, Connecticut, here in Connecticut in general. It's just good to see the winning, and I love to see the team constantly be put as underdogs. And to be honest, I hope no one picks UConn to win. Don't pick UConn at all. Let UConn stay quiet and let UConn do what it do quietly as it continuously moves into the top spot. Man, I'm excited. Can't wait to see that game against Illinois on Saturday. I think it was at 6:00 p.m. time. Yeah, that's that UConn, man. Let's go Huskies.